you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. This episode, for your interest in it, for joining me on this project. I started a project called A Year in Conversation with Augusta. The main purpose of the project is hoping to inspire others and initiate a conversation around equality, equity, inclusivity with high-profile leaders like yourself from across the UK. So yeah, I'm very pleased to be speaking to you today. What inspired you to get into leadership positions?
Hang on a second. I'm sitting here looking at what this individual is doing. I don't really think they're bought into the cause. I want to be in that position of leadership to help drive that change, because this person is potentially blocking the real journey and the real genesis that we could be going on as X organisation.
So what are some of the volunteering activities that you participate in, outside your day job?
Yeah, so I mean, I say this, so I say I have a day job and then gay jobs, because I have loads of volunteer things.
The random, so it's fine.
I'm on the board for the Federation of Gay Games, and I chair their diversity and inclusion committee.
And I actually went to girls' school from the age of 7, convent school.
Oh wow!
And so I was brought up in an education in an environment where it didn't actually even dawn on me that as a woman I might not be able to be a leader. Being a woman, being a black woman, there's all these barriers. People aren't seeing the world quite the way that I did. But nevertheless, I think having that confidence and having had that experience so early during my kind of developmental years was really the thing that inspired me and set me off really for the rest of my life.
How do you see yourself as part of the conversation on equity, race equality, and standing against every form of discrimination there is in the university community?
Great question, and it has to be front and centre. It has to be absolutely leading that discussion and debate, not as an expert, but as a human being and as a leader. So how do we make sure that we have an environment within which everybody can thrive and flourish? And my job as the Vice-Chancellor and a leader is to try and help that happen, and to listen hard to the multiple diverse voices that we've got across the institution, and then try and make it right for everyone. That's the job.
I'm the first directly elected mayor of African heritage of any major European city. So there was an occasion I shared when I went to a Eurocities gathering a couple of years ago, which is the leaders of cities right across Europe. And as I do, I looked around the hall to see if anyone looked like me. It's just, just what you do, right? You do it without a second thought. And there wasn't. And first of all, I was taken aback. I thought, gosh, I'm the only person in this room. I'm the only black person in the room. And I thought, well, of course I am.
Yeah,
of course I am. It's just me and Sadiq, right? Sadiq was the first Muslim mayor, and he was elected mayor of London. So
yeah. For students who have not gotten the chance to meet you yet, what is that one thing that you would like them to know about you as, the Vice-Chancellor of the university?
When I joined as a lecturer, I joined because I had been a student who hadn't had a very easy path through my degree. I joined because I firmly believed that education could transform lives, and I still believe that. And I wanted to be somebody who could help deliver that. And that has driven me throughout my whole career.
As a female and person of colour as well, throughout your career, are there any challenges that you may have had to come across to get into where you are?
Yeah, and I'm not sure that I even noticed them at the time, so I don't know how much they were challenges or how much I accepted what was happening. How much of it was about how I felt about myself anyway at the time, and stuff I've had to work through. So